Is 3% a month enough for you as a trader? I think a lot of people try and get the sort of 10 to 1 a month, 8 to 1s, 9, and this is a condition that I feel has been because of prop firms that have come along. Prop firms want you to make at least 10 to 8 to 10% a month to pass the test initially, and then they want you to do that to then maybe improve on your account size. So I thought this is an interesting question to explore today. That is 3% enough? And I wanted to just give a little bit of guidance on what I think in terms of this. Now let's talk a little bit about numbers first, because I think that 3% a month is underrated. Now, this is the average performance of the S&P 500 over 30 years. Okay, that's 10.22%. Now, 3%, if we were doing that monthly, so let's just say 12 months there, that's 36%. So if you can do 3% a month, okay, over a year, you are outperforming the S&P 500 by 3 times plus. Okay, that is incredible. Okay, so I think returns of 36% a year are not bad at all, in my opinion. You may think that is relatively low, but if you could show somebody, or you could show people, that you can do 36% a year, then you will have interesting conversations with people. Okay, the reason why we don't really hear about a percentage this low and things like that is because you don't really hear it. It's not sexy, is it? It's not, oh, I made 10R on a trade and made $10,000 or whatever in one trade. It's not sexy. 36% a year compounded over years can really generate some serious wealth, and that's what I want to do, especially with my goals here at Blueberry, is to show you that this should be seen as a long term, not the short term. Okay, now you might not like that, but if you do like that and you want to think like that, hit that like button. But let's talk about it. Let's talk numbers. Okay, and I'm starting off with a reasonable sized account. I think a £10,000 account is fairly reasonable if you're taking trading seriously. I know that you may not have that type of capital right now, but it's something to try and build to, and there are options to do that. There are loads of prop firms these days and things like that that give you access to this type of capital. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 3% a month, okay, and we're going to do it over a 5-year period, and we're going to compound that over the 12 months. Okay, so it's monthly compounding of 3%, and this is what it projections for 5 years. Okay, so 3% a month there. The average rate of return 489% over the 5 years. You start off with initial balance of 10k, and future investment value comes in at £58,916 there. Total earnings £48,916 and 3 pence. That is incredible. That is an incredible amount of growth. And if you think about this, if you can do this on a 10k account, can you do it bigger? If you look at a 100k account here, okay, so lots of prop firms, there's loads of ways to do this. You can have prop firms, some brokers offer copy trading services as well. Okay, so there are multiple ways to think outside the box. Maybe you could do a family and friends account. Okay, so I know that if you can have up to 7 people, family and friends, that you can potentially manage capital for. That depends on where you are in the world. Obviously, it depends on the regulations. You have to double check that for yourself. This is not advice on how to do that, but essentially there are many options that you might not even consider in order to try and get that. Now look at 100k, you're looking at £489,000 in 5 years, and I think that's underestimated in the market, and that's 3% a month. If you had a goal of 3% a month, anything higher is a bonus at that point, but anything at 3% a month I think is brilliant, and you should look at it more of a long-term game. And I'm hopeful that this video gives you that little bit more of an insight. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you think 3% is enough? And if you do, let me know if it is, and if you don't, let me know why. Thanks for watching the video. See you soon.